Deadly Tarantula Girl coming to you from my private serpentarium tonight to bring you the highly requested Poecilotheria metallica breeding video. I'm going to start as I typically do with my arboreal breeding enclosure. I do have a needy panther chameleon who was in need of my vine that I've had in here. Mouse, you can't be in here while metallica are out, I'm sorry. And so all I have in here right now is my little stump, but that's okay. I might look for another piece of cork to put in here, because if you've seen my Poecilotheria breeding videos before, you know that they have to cohabitate for quite a while. And my secret trick, I kind of have two of them. Well, I guess I'll get to that after I get the animals. So here is my mature male. You probably can't see him in here very well. This is the male that I received from Russ Gurley. I use my breeding chamber that I have used for multiple breedings. And once the animals breed in there, they leave pheromones. Here is my female. She's in one of the nice glass enclosures. One thing I do, I keep the animals in their normal enclosures that they are accustomed to living in. And then what I do is take the lids off and just set those down into a larger breeding chamber. I make sure they are well fed, of course. If you have a starving animal, they're far more likely to cannibalize the male. And make sure they're nice and heavily watered. Most tropical tarantulas breed during the rainy season. That's not always true, but it's a good generality. So I like to water heavily. So I'm going to take this lid off. Pull this cork out to make room for her enclosure. And it's smart to leave the lid on while you're lifting it down. And let's see, I should probably put the heavier one in first. So I'm going to take him back out for just a moment. Set her down in. I'm going to go ahead and mist it beforehand, because that way this cypress mulch will absorb a lot of this moisture and release it over time throughout the next few days. I also like to make the screen nice and wet. Then now I'm going to set her down in. And what I'm probably going to have to do, and I've done this before, is take her lid off, set it down in there. And then I've got this at an angle so you can see in, but I need to flatten it. I had to do a little bit of rearranging because I don't usually use this size of glass enclosure. And I didn't want him crawling directly down on top of her, because that probably would not have ended well. So this is my first of 4 females that I plan to pair him with, 2 which belong to the lovely Amy Hudson. And additionally, I'm going to put the round cork in there, number 1, so they have a little place to run around and hide, and number 2, the cork bark will again hold moisture and release it over time. What I find is that they are typically comfortable enough to breed when they feel close to home, that they need a lot of barriers between them, that they can move together and then be comfortable back away from each other. And that is a big key from what I've seen in, and I know this looks super wet, but many areas of the enclosure are staying fairly dry. And I've had quite a bit of success, if I do say so myself, breeding Poecilotheria and tarantulas in general. So I've learned a lot throughout the years, and there are funny little things that I have noticed that are small but do tend to make a difference. And when people don't have success, sometimes there are just really little things that I thought of that I might have done slightly differently that I do, and I have a very low mortality rate My animals very rarely cannibalize. I've never been bitten or attacked. And, you know, sometimes I wind up with some babies. And every time I learn a little bit more. So, I hope you guys liked seeing the setup of this breeding chamber. I tend to keep this species together for 4 to 8 days, depending on how they're looking. I have never seen them pair in front of me. I suspect that they primarily breed at night when it's quiet and they are undisturbed. I like to leave my room alone after midnight, not come in here unless I'm worried about somebody or I've got animals giving birth or laying eggs. And yeah, I hope I'll have some egg sacs soon. So 2 of those females belong to Amy Hudson, so that'll be coming up. Male sent to me by Russ Gurley, so thank you, Russ, I love you, and hope to see you again soon. And this is awesome. I hope you guys like this one. Let me know in the comments below how many babies you think I might get out of 4 potential egg sacs, and I'll be seeing you guys again very, very soon.